Hi, this is Donna from Faded and Forgotten History. Thanks for joining us today. My husband Robert and I, we're on our next adventure. We're going to look at a cabin that's pretty far back off the road, hidden in some woods. The landowner told us about it and gave us permission to go look at it and video it. So we're glad you're joining us, and we're looking forward to sharing it with you. All right, so we are here pretty far back off the road, and we've come across this foundation to what we were told was an old mule barn. So we'll take a look at that first. There's a lot of branches on the ground since we were here before. So this, according to the landowner, was an old mule barn. And you can see the foundation here. Old bucket laying here buried in the leaves. This wall looks like it's toppled over. It's got a lot of old rocks. Here's the wall. Goes up through here. So several sections, looks like. Big trees growing in it. And the first time we came, we were looking for this cabin and couldn't find it. And we were actually thinking that might have been it, and it was no longer here. But my husband Robert kept walking and went back through this opening back in here. And he thought, there must be something more somewhere, because the homeowner had said there was a cabin. So we walked through this field toward the woods. Still not visible, as you can tell. Okay, so here's the land that we're on. And then come through here. Back through the trees. And you can start to get a look of it. Just buried back here in the woods. Beautiful old place. Just mixes in with the woods and disappears into the scenery. We'll come around this way. From here, you can see the back part of the cabin is completely falling in. And then you get this beautiful look of these logs. So this would definitely be the oldest part of the cabin. You can see where they're joined here. It's beautiful. Old nails. Definitely old. And this beautiful fireplace or chimney made out of field stones. Still very sturdy. See the little stones that were stacked. In those small places. There's a foundation. Fieldstone foundation. Looking inside a little bit. Closer look at the back part. It's like the roof. It's collapsed over.
We're not sure of the exact date this cabin was built, but there is an old story told by the current landowner that dates back to the Civil War. During the war, the occupant of the cabin received word that the Yankees were approaching the area, and he rode to the neighbors, warning them of the Union soldiers' approach and urging them to hide their horses in a nearby canebrake in order to prevent them being stolen. It does appear on the 1897 Anderson County map labeled with the name Shaw, and this would explain why it's now referred to as the Old Shaw Place. According to the 1900 census, this would probably have been two brothers by the names of William and John. William most likely lived in the cabin with his wife Ophelia, and they had 5 children. His brother John and his wife Sally lived in a nearby home with their 6 children, including a set of twins, a boy and a girl. And according to the census records, they farmed the land until the early 1900s, at which time they sold their farms to a neighbor and moved to the nearby city of Belton, South Carolina. And by the 1910 census, Williams' family lived on Blue Ridge Avenue and continued to farm closer to town, but John gave up farming and went to work in a textile mill. And what was common for that time period was for children to work in the mills, so his 14-year-old twins also worked in the textile mill. After they moved, the house was used by tenant farmers until the 1950s, and since that time, it has sat empty.
We were just on that side a while ago, looking in. There's where the mantle had fallen in. The old door. The windows are broken out. Here's the back again. That was what we saw on the other side a while ago. See where the vines have grown up inside of the siding. We found round nails, thinking maybe this exterior could have been replaced, but we've also seen parts with square nails. I'm sure at one time this was open and not wooded around this cabin. We used to be able to see it from the road, but it's no longer visible. Here's another view from the porch. And coming back around to the chimney. Let's take a close-up look at those rocks. See how they've been placed in there. That it's built so carefully. And some type of pipe in here, maybe for stability. And some bricks for the interior part. All the way up. It's really a huge chimney. Very well built. The big stones at the bottom. Also remnants of daffodils that come up in the spring. And more of split rail fence. There's another view from this side with the fallen fence. I'm sure it was a beautiful place at one time. Tucked away back here, well off the road. Families lived here, made memories here. Now it's just all surrounded by forest. Pretty big trees there. We're not sure of the date of when this was actually built, but according to the old maps, it was at least here during the Civil War, probably prior to that as well. history just gets lost in time, and this is one of those instances of that happening. I'm glad the landowner gave us the opportunity to come and photograph this cabin and to video it. We don't know how much longer it'll be standing, but now we have documented it, and it will always be remembered through this.